Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Real Talks. I'm your host, David Steele. So this isn't going to be your normal run of the mill show. There really wasn't a lot going on, but there had been some ruckus, if you will, going on for the past, I'd say, 72 hours. And okay, ruckus is a little, depending on how you want to put it, right? Okay. Um, So what ended up happening, or what has? So everybody knows, okay, of the um, of the movie pundit John Campea. John has been, you know, he's been on YouTube here for I don't know 7, 8 years, but he's been in the movie business, starting with Collider and going through. You can Google him if you want. There have been a lot of things going on. So he left Collider and he started his own show on YouTube. And he grew it and he grew it and he became this big, big, you know, big thing. He had a he's had a show on YouTube for the past 7 years. So the last, I would say, 3 or 4 months, he kind of hinted, maybe it was a couple of years from now, he was going to retire. And I mean, look, man's done well, more power to him. So, one of the things that he had, and by the way, so yeah, so that's John, okay, and he's had this show on, and when I first began watching him, I loved John. I loved John, and he was just like me, okay. He's a guy. I mean, been in the business much longer, and has all the connections and everything else. But the point is this: um, he was doing it from his one bedroom, his extra bedroom in Burbank. So recently he moved over the last couple of years because he was expanding and everything else. Um, whether the rent was too high or whatever. Okay. I'm trying to give you all the background here because I'm going to get into meat and potatoes here in a couple of minutes. And so since he moved into his place, I want to say it was a couple years ago. Okay, I happened to notice he was streaming twice a day. Now he never used to stream twice a day. On occasion he would, do spoiler casts or whatever. But he was streaming twice a day almost every single day. And I said, that's interesting. And he was bringing, he had brought some people on. And so it's a business to him. So that being said, he I kind of figured he was paying for business expenses, paying salaries, paying the lease, whatever. So over the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, as I said, he was hinting of retirement. Okay, we fast forward. So on Sunday, okay, you know, he had made an announcement that it was a shock to everybody. So by the way, he was getting between 4 to 5,000 viewers live. I wish I had that every single day. Okay, I've got maybe 5 people in here at most, if I'm lucky, and 4 of them are friends. All that being said, 5,000 people a day watching his show live on YouTube. Recently, okay, and when I say recently, I mean in the last 3 days, he made the what's the word I want? He made the call himself that because in his eyes he had been tracking that YouTube was not um putting more priority on long form videos and everything else, so it was going to be the segments. So as everybody knows on YouTube, or maybe you don't know, but if you go to my page, okay, there's a little join button there. Okay, it's $2.99 a month. helps me out. Okay. There's a store there. So all of this stuff is income. Okay. So on Sunday, okay, this last Sunday, um, he made the decision that he was going to only do the live show and it was going to be members only. And members only, okay, means if you're a paid member, okay, just like if you guys were a paid member for me, you would be, supporting me. Anyways, long story short, it backfired. And not only did it backfired horribly. And so, that all being said, okay, 48 hours later, okay, he came out last night, and I'll play you some of the video in a couple minutes. He came out last night, okay, and look, I'm not one to cause drama. That's not my thing. He came out last night, and he said the John Campea show is no more. He's done. Because of the backlash, because of the hate, because of the disdain he was getting via email and social media and everything else, that he was going to cancel the show. And subsequently, what ended up happening was he did end up canceling the show. Now, it's funny because when you look at it, he's a guy, okay, that talks about community. Okay. Bear with me, guys. The video here is lagging here for some reason. But so he talks about community. And okay, I just froze. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, there we go. For some reason, my internet's been shoddy for the last. I'm sorry to those viewers out there. Just bear with me. If it freezes, don't worry. I'm still here. I'm still talking. So, long story short, John basically said the show is done, and he couldn't take the backlash. And I have a lot of thoughts on this. A lot of thoughts. And one of the things he talked about was community. So many years ago when he worked at Collider, okay, it started out as a small little company that did this. And when he was getting courted by another company, okay, he talked about community. He talked about brand recognition and brand building. Okay. And this first clip I'm going to play you is this was a rant video he did. Okay. But this is what he was talking about when he actually was trying to build what he was building at Collider. Okay.
And I remember when Complex was courting me to come over there, and we were talking about me bringing everything over to Complex, and I sat down with one of the vice presidents, senior vice president of the company. And he was like, wow, these videos get views, like trailers and trailer clips. I said, yes, but let's dive into the analytics. How many people are actually subscribing to the channel as a result of watching these individual videos? And we went through them, and it was nil. Nobody was subscribing to the channel because that type of content, while maybe getting you a couple of cheap clicks, it does not develop community. And it doesn't develop brand loyalty. And it doesn't develop brand identification. It breeds none of that. It's a quick click on a link and then disappear, and they won't even know the name of the YouTube channel that did it. And I sat down with the vice president of Complex and walked him through all the analytics and pointed out. And then I pointed them out to some other little videos that had smaller views, but had a massively higher subscription rate that people would click on subscribe as a result of watching those videos. And they were videos that cultivated and nurtured brand loyalty, brand identity, and community. Community.
And that's what I'm trying to build here. I'm trying to build a community. Okay. Everything that I have done over the past 6 to 8 months, okay, I modeled after John. I modeled after John. I'm not going to lie, okay? When I started watching him, okay, many, many years ago, okay, I loved his show. It was fantastic, okay? He had he did 4 stories, 3 to 4 stories a day, major stories, okay? He did a little story, they talked about it, gave their analysis, and they moved on. And that was it. And then a couple of hours later, you saw the segments, okay? That being said, okay, when he started to get these sponsorships, when he started to get these other little things, okay, when he started to add people, he needed to make more money, okay? So therefore, he's doing an open mic or an Ask Me Anything or anything like that. Then, now you got to understand, he's making money hand over fist. He has the members, he has his Patreon, okay, which, by the way, I wish I could get a tenth of his income or viewership, okay? He has his store, and he has the ad revenue from the videos, okay? That all being said, that's when he moves to the bigger place. He gets more and more sponsorships for the show, okay? And that's when it turned me off. They're playing these little games and these. Oh, by the way, we'll be back right after this. Just like anything else, click, you turn off the video. Click, you turn off the TV, or click, you turn off the radio. And that is the thing. So I stopped watching him. But you know what? I took his model, okay? I took what he was doing and I applied it. And that's, I wanted to be different than John. And how did I want to be different? That's why I'm bringing you guys perfect movies every single month. It's a small little change, but it's a unique change. Okay? Yeah, they'll talk about, this, that, or the other, but I want to give you analysis. Okay? Not only do I want to give you news, I want to give you analysis on some of the older, better films out there because we're all in the here and now. Okay? We're all in the here and now. Okay? What's Guardians going to do? What's Fast 10 going to do? What, everything else. Okay? I want to, expose you guys to some things that you either may not have seen or B, don't really know about. So when, people don't, your average moviegoer, A, doesn't know what the big five is, and B, can't tell you the last winner. That's why I love, a movie like Silence of the Lambs. I was just watching it the other night for the upteenth time. The point is, I want to be different than John. All of that being said, okay, I modeled everything around him. When he moved to that bigger place, he needed to bring in more revenue. Okay. So by him saying that he's only going to do the live show for his Patreon or for his members, he's isolating 90% of the crowd. Let's say, and I looked the other night, okay, he has 325,000 subscribers. Okay. Now he got between 4 to 5,000 live viewers every single day. Let's say, okay, let's say that he has, I don't know, 500 members. I'm making nice and round and even for me. Let's say he has 500 members. Okay. At 5,000 people live per day, that's 10%. Okay. Now, that means you're isolating 90% of your audience if you're going to a live members only show. Okay? First of all, I've always wanted to go through and find out how much he makes in a given week. So anybody who would be so fantastic, and I've never had it happen, maybe someday I will, once I grow, okay? I'll start to get super chats. Okay? That being said, I'm trying to build community. I want people to come back. Okay? That being said, even if he's making $200 to $300 net per day from super chats, okay, that's $1,000 a week because he's only on Monday through Friday doing the show. And let's say he makes another $200 that he's streaming for Ask Me Anything, okay, or open mic. That's $2,000 a week. That's $8,000 a month, just net, not anything else, but net, just by super chats. Now, I'm not even talking about his Patreon. I'm not even talking about his store. I'm not even talking about any other revenue stream, his sponsorships. Okay? He isolated 90% of the crowd. Once again, I'm basing this all off of what I saw. Okay? The fact is, okay, when you isolate 90% of the crowd, they're not going to like it, first of all. And second of all, people don't like change. It's that simple. Okay? If you tell somebody something is free to start, and then you turn around and say, oh, by the way, you can only get it if you pay, people aren't going to like that. Not only are they going to like that, they're going to revolt. So what ends up happening is people tune out. That all being said, he tried that for 2 days. That's it. What he wanted, he wanted people to double dip. Okay? He was getting people to double dip. Okay? Not only was he getting people to pay for his the membership, okay? He wanted super chats in that. Okay? What did you think was going to happen? I don't understand. Okay? What did you think was going to happen? Yes, there was going to be a lot of backlash, but you have to take it. Okay? People don't like change to start, no matter what it is, how small it is. But you just can't throw your hands up in the air and say, okay, I'm done, and walk away. And, he says, oh, well, so I want to play you. I'm going to see if I can't play you some of this and stop it in between because I have thoughts about all this stuff. Okay? And if not, I'll stop it and start because I want to give my 2 cents about some of the comments he made. Okay?
And I remember when Complex was
Wrong clip. Sorry.
much like the shot clock, all I've heard for the last 24 hours is a lot of hate for what we did yesterday. Despite the fact that I thought it was great, I thought the content was great. I thought we were providing really good content. At least I thought we did, but just like I thought the shot clock was great, and you guys made me get rid of that. Just like I thought the shot clock was great, I really thought, the content we produced yesterday and today were really, really good. But all I've really gotten in response to what I thought was really, really good content, got a lot of negative, and I'll be quite honest with you, some really nasty feedback. Like, because they didn't like the format, they hated me and made commentary about my mom and stuff like that. Anyway, so I was like, all right, well then, if that's not what people want, despite the fact that we had record numbers on our views yesterday, and so far the views on today's videos are pretty damn good. I mean, we're only a few hours since the videos got posted up. And you got to remember, normally our segment videos, you go back to like last year, our segment videos are getting 4,000 views, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 views, right? That's after 24 hours. Today's videos, in just a couple of hours, our Mario Brothers video has 13,200 views. Our first look at Captain America has 24,067.
Okay, I'm not going to play the whole thing because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but here's what basically he was saying, okay? That he said, number one, he could retire anytime he wanted, and he didn't want to bust his ass 12 to 14 hours a day. Okay. That being said, I don't know what he's doing 12 to 14 hours a day. Okay. Um, he has I won't say an army, but he has a lot of people around him. Okay, that help him out. Okay, a lot of people. If anybody should be busting their ass 12 to 14 hours a day, it's me. Okay, because I'm trying to get this jump started and up and running and profitable at some point. Because I'll be honest, I put about $2,000 to $3,000, a little more than that, into this. Okay, and this is not, guys, this is not my house. Okay, one thing I learned a long time ago is this: when you go on YouTube, people don't want to look at a messy room or back, your bedroom. Okay, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is a green screen. Okay, and I'm not going to show you my room because it's a mess, but I'm starting out exactly like he is. Okay, in a one bedroom, okay, place. Okay, this green screen I got on YouTube or on Amazon for $30. Okay. That being said, it's an expense. That being said, if anybody is gonna bust their ass 12 to 14 hours a day, it's me. Because I am doing the show. I am putting up the show. I am trying to give you guys all the podcasts from former shows. I want to record perfect movies. I'm going to be going out and doing spoiler casts. I'm going to be doing all these things. Okay? I wish I could clone myself. Okay? I'm not envious, but I want what John has. Okay? One of the other comments that really rubbed me the wrong way about what John said is he said that, well, I usually listen to my audience, most of the time. And if the audience could do what I do, they would be doing it. And that rubbed me the wrong way. Because you know what? He obviously has not taken the time to go on YouTube, to scour the internet, to see if anybody is doing what he's doing. Okay? Which is bring, stories and everything else. Nobody. He hasn't done that. Not himself, not any of his crew, nobody. Okay? I quit my job. I busted my ass trying to get this thing up and running. Okay? I'm pushing the rock up the hill. My goal is to have this be self-sufficient. Okay? I would kill. Maybe not kill. I would die. I would give a lot to get a tenth of what he has. Okay? A tenth. I'm not greedy. If I got 1,000 views or 2,000 or 3,000 views on one video, that'd be amazing. Now, yeah, but not one video, but video after video after video. I want people in here. Okay? It doesn't have to be, I don't have to have millions of people in here. 500. If I could, Matt Jarbo is a perfect example. I love Matt Jarbo. I love listening to his commentary. I love listening to I follow him on Twitter. He's a fantastic, funny, guy. He gets about 100 people in his stream every single night. I wish I could get 100 people. I wish. Okay? And I'm willing to put in the work. That's the thing. But when somebody says, oh, well, if the audience knew what they were doing, they would be doing it. Well, I am doing it. I am busting my ass every single day to get into here, to give you guys the best news. And yeah, I take it from the trades. Okay? I model my show right after his. Okay? So I don't want to hear, well, they would do it. It sounds to me like the man, and he wonders why there was backlash. Well, like I said, when you isolate 90% of your audience, people are not going to like that. Okay? I'm not I don't get angry. I don't get, you know, but it's a simple premise, you know? I, but for him to pull a show like that after 48 hours because he was getting so much hate, what did he think was going to happen? Okay? Anybody that has to talk about somebody else's mother, that's on them. Okay? They you know. But what did John think was going to happen? What did he think was going to happen? Because the simple fact of the matter is that, yeah. And so now what he's doing, okay, is doing the podcast every day. And yeah, you know, he throws up a couple segments today, just like today. He threw up a couple segments, but there was no show. And, you know, you can't make everybody happy, okay? But he shouldn't have just done it on a whim. Just say, oh, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to take my ball and go home. I'm sorry. Because I don't like what people say. I heard a comment 30 years ago, saved my life. I live by this creed every single day. And it's this. And I was bullied in high school, okay? I heard it. I heard a saying. I live by this creed, and I remember it 30 years later. And it was by Eleanor Roosevelt. Nobody on the face of this earth can ever make you feel inferior without your permission. Okay? That being said, John needs to, he's going to learn real quick that all that money that he was making, and yeah, he's still making it from the ads and everything else, okay? But all the sponsorship's going to go away real fast, okay? Essentially, he's half retiring, okay? I didn't put that thumbnail in there to, I want people to come in here to enjoy themselves, to have yes, Coco. So he's making everything members only. You're right. So my biggest thing is thank you for coming by. Okay. The biggest thing is this. What did he think was going to happen? What did he think was going to happen? So the way I put it was this. Okay. First of all, as I played that clip earlier, he talked about community. Okay. That's what I'm trying to build here. I'm trying to build a community where people come back because they enjoy the content that I bring them and they enjoy the show. Okay. Whether it's interviews or the perfect movies or the news things or whatever it is, the streams. That being said, and I said this earlier, okay, just to do is quick, simple math, okay? Let's say, and I've seen it before, he gets 5,000 live members or 5,000 live viewers every single day for his show. And I've seen it, okay? Now, let's say, just for mathematical purposes to make it easy, he has 500 members, okay? What ends up happening is that's 10% of his viewership, right? Those are the people that give him super chats. But then to turn around and isolate the other 90%, okay, that are not giving him super chats, or they may and they're just not doing it, okay? That being said, what did you think in his eyes? What did you think that was going to happen? People don't understand. And look, this is a business, okay? I am grateful. I want to say one thing. I am grateful for every single person that comes by this stream, whether they are just passing by or they stop in and stay, like you and everything else. And Coco says, yeah, because I like your format, just watching you in general. Just because you might not have a lot of people doesn't mean I still watch you. And I thank you for that, Coco. I thank you for that because that kind of comment is what drives me. Okay? I don't do this for myself. Yes, I don't do this for myself. I do this for you guys. Okay? John said in one of his streams, he said the best part of his day is getting in front of the camera and talking to you guys. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Okay? It is hard work. I mean, I don't work as hard as he does. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you because I don't have that much. I have so many things juggling in the air that I want to bring all this stuff to you guys. Okay? And I want to do all of this for you. But I'm pushing the rock up the hill, so to speak. I'm trying to get people in here. I'm trying to get subscriptions. I'm trying to do all this stuff. Okay? But what kills me, okay, is you have somebody that has 324,000. Think about that for a minute. Over 324,000 subscribers. And I don't know how many paid members. But even from that last, little bit. And the fact is that he says, oh, I could walk away tomorrow. Then do it. Do it. Okay? If you feel that strongly and you can't take a little bit of criticism, okay, then walk away. I would love every single person that watched John to come into my stream. That would be, I beg you, please. Okay, I kid. But I'm trying to do this for a living. Okay? I understand this is going to be a lot of work. And I get that. But what he did, he not only what he did, okay, when he worked at Collider, okay, when he worked at Collider, okay, and then he went on that whole segment was 28 minutes. I only played a very small clip. He talked about this guy, okay, that made these comments. What they did at Collider was pull the rug out from under the talent, okay, an hour before and say, oh, you guys don't have jobs. See you later. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, okay? He did the exact same thing. He did the exact same thing. He pulled the rug right out of the feet of all of his viewers. That's exactly what he did. There's no other way to one day it's there, the next day it's gone. And there's no other way of putting it. So he is no better than what happened in Collider all those years ago. Okay? That's a simple fact. Because he deprived, I saw people write in heartfelt super chats and give, money, okay? And say, I've been watching you since your AMC days. I battled depression. Watching your show is fantastic. And, you got me through some really tough times, whether it was a breakup with a girlfriend or a loss of a family member. And that's when you're able to be helpful to somebody else like that, that's amazing. And I love bringing this to you guys. But to pull the rug out from all of those people, because a small portion or the larger portion didn't like what you had to say, so I'm going to take my ball and go home. He's no better than they are. Okay? And it's all because of money. And that's it at the end of the day. All because of money. It's hurting him more than anything because his viewers pay and most people watching it were members only. Before it was member only or not. Yeah, that's the thing. You have, I don't know how many members he has, but let's say it's a very small. He wanted people to double dip, Coco. Not only did he want the money for the membership, but he wanted people to probably give him super chats too. But to isolate 90% of his audience like that behooves me. But then to pull the rug out from people. That's what I don't understand. And say, oh, I'm done. He didn't even think about it. And now he goes to audio only? Oh, please come over and subscribe to the audio podcast. I have a podcast too for the show. Okay? I'd love you guys to jump on that. Okay? I've done so many different things on that. I don't push that on here. I probably should. Okay? You can go find that in any, major place you get your podcasts. Okay? SoundCloud, iHeart, Apple, Spotify. Okay? It's under Real Talks. But I don't push it because it's not because I'm not making money from it. It's because it's not what it needs to be right now. He being John, he really, forget about pissed off a lot of people. Okay? This was a move for greed. It's that simple. Okay? Because he didn't get what he wanted. He is leaving. And I'll never do that. Ever. Ever. Okay? I am very transparent. Okay? I will always ask your opinion. Okay? Truth be told, that's how he really started it. You saw the first 90 seconds. I'll ask the audience. I don't always go with it. And that's true. But I think that he just did the wrong thing at the wrong time. And it looks terrible. And you don't push your content on other platforms or in a certain way, but he's forcing people and forces them to watch his content. No, I mean, look, I'm on Twitter, okay? If you're on Twitter right now and you're, this stream here is going to my Facebook page, it's going to my Twitter page, and it's going on my YouTube page. Okay, that's the beauty of the stream here. That being said, he just fine. So what? He works from 10, 12 to 14 hours a day to 6 hours a day. All he's had a team of people. So when he went into that larger office and he started streaming twice a day, I knew there was a problem. Because he had to pay the rent. Okay? When he started bringing more and more people on, and by the way, I've caught his show a couple of times, so I know this. When he started bringing more and more people on, I got to pay their salaries. Okay? But the thing is, you can't get too big and then have to shrink back down. So a couple of months ago, when he says, oh, I'm going to cut Rob because he has to drive 45 minutes each way, okay? Or this person or that person. Guess what? He's trying to save money because he needs to, pay the bills. And then he said, oh, well, we'll do a mentorship. Okay, for anybody out there that you can apply, and I'll pay for, give you $1,000 for a couple months and everything else. That sounds great until you're doing what he's doing. As I said before, okay, I modeled everything after him. Everything. 95% of the stuff I modeled after him. Okay, and hopefully, in a couple years' time, I'm able to turn a profit. It's just really, and he went on for close to 9 minutes, and I'm not going to play the whole video, but I was trying to give you a synopsis of it. But what he did was messed up. He took his marbles and he went home. It's that simple. And yes, I mean, the other thing too is I've got a Patreon. I'm trying to push this on, so you guys can get more content if you want. If you like my content here, if you like what I do here on the stream and it's completely free, my hope is that you head on over to my Patreon, and I made it so affordable for you guys that, $2 or $5 and $10 a month. Okay? And you're getting bonus things. Okay? And that's the thing. You know, I want people to like what I do, you know. Um, but I just it just I never get on YouTube and I never ever talk about this, that, or the other because but I followed John for years. Now I would never pay for the content, okay? But I followed him for years. And I followed what he did. I follow him on Twitter. And the thing is, I liked him so much that at one point when he needed somebody, I even applied for a job there. Okay, obviously it never happened, but that's how much I wanted to work for him. But just taking that model and applying it, anybody, and that's as I go back to and I say it, you know, he says, well, if anybody in my audience could do what they do, they would be doing it. Well, I am doing it, John. I'm just not doing it with the success that you are. Okay? And RIP the John Campea show. Yeah. Yeah, JT. You know, I mean, the simple fact is people could tune in and have a good time and watch him with his movie, movie things. Okay? My goal, my end game, if you will, okay, is, and I know I keep reiterating it and repeating it, my end game is to turn a profit and to sustain this and to do this, not to make me rich. Okay? Let me be very, very clear about that. This isn't about being wealthy. This is because I love movies. I love small movies. I love big movies. I love blockbusters. I love all genres. Okay? Some may not work with me, but that's fine. Okay? I mean, I'm going to go see Fast 10 for you guys tomorrow. I have no desire. The last Fast and Furious movie I've seen was Fast 5. That's the last one I saw. I have no desire to go to see this. But guess what? I'm going to go see it tomorrow. I'm going to go see Fast 10 tomorrow. Okay? Not for me. And I haven't seen Fast 9. I'm going to go see it for you guys. And I'm going to go see it and I want to talk about it with you guys. That's my goal. Okay? Because look, everybody loves movies in some capacity. Everybody has a favorite movie, an actor, an actress, a director, a genre. Everybody does. Okay? Whether it's Gone with the Wind or Gone Girl. Okay? Every single person likes movies because it's an art form. And I'm not doing this for the money. Okay? I am doing this for you guys. The money that I hope to get someday is a perk. That's the way I look at this. That's the way I look at this. And it should, he was, you guys can go watch the video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's about 9 minutes. Okay. I'll even put it in the, whatchamacallit, the thing of the video. Okay. And I want you to listen to him. And because he's not, he's only going to do the podcast and this and that and the other. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. But, I hope my goal, as I've said countless times in the stream, is that you guys, the viewers, anybody who watched John, comes over here. Okay? And that's why I went on later in the day. He's on at 10 o'clock. I'm in the Pacific time zone. He's on at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay? That's why I went on at like 2 o'clock. Because if you guys are watching him, you're not watching me, right? I hope now that this is, I think, okay, and I'm going to try to make this a definite thing and permanent thing. I want to come on earlier. Okay. So I come on 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. That way, you guys, wherever you are in the world, okay, whether you're in Austria or, New Auckland, New Zealand, or in Arizona, you guys can watch me. Okay. And yes, it takes time. People don't realize, like an hour, I do, an hour show, 45 minutes to an hour show. Okay. It gets uploaded. I know why John starts at 10 o'clock, started at 10 o'clock, because here's the thing. You do the show for an hour, and mind you, here's the other thing too. Um, I don't have the second hour, which is all super chats. So, like, this stream is 46 minutes right now. This is about the average showtime. So once this is downloaded on my computer, then, okay, I'll go in, I'll cut it up, which is very simple. Okay, in, out, put the fade in, fade out, boom, upload it. Okay, and then I'll do that for all 4 segments, and that will take about an hour. After an hour's time, once all the segments are up, because I want you guys to get, if you're not watching the stream, and the other thing too, and I'll get to that in a minute, I just thought about, if you guys aren't watching the stream, I want you to be able to watch the little clips, and then I'll upload the whole show. The other thing too is, okay, I just thought of this. He says, well, a lot of people, they view the show after it's all over. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Because if you're getting 5,000 people to watch the whole show, okay, and one show gets 13,000 views, that means 8,000 people, okay, viewed the whole show after. Now, with all these sponsorships and with all these, games and everything else that take up time, people don't want to sit through that bullshit. They don't. They don't. So guess what? Click. They turn it off. And that's the truth. They want straight to the point. Now, truth be told, when I upload the full show, do I put ads in between? Yes, I do. But it's already pre-recorded. It's already done. You guys, the stream's already there and the segments are already up. So if you want to watch a 10-minute segment about, I don't know, Captain America New World Order, you can watch that segment. And you don't have to go through and scrub through the whole stream. Okay? Or if you want to watch a 7-minute segment about, I don't know, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, you can watch that. And that's why I get the segments up first. Because I know, and this is, he's like, well, the other ones performed really well. Yeah, of course they did. Because the attention span of the average person is not what it used to be. Okay? Everybody has one of these. Okay? Everybody. And they always have it on them, whether it's in their pocket, okay? Whether it's in their back, their purse or anything else. And they could go right on YouTube and watch a 7-minute segment. They're not going to watch the whole thing, obviously. That all being said, of course it's going to perform well after the fact. Okay? It always does. And the other thing about YouTube is this. Everybody that watches, anybody or everybody that watches a couple of videos knows, and I don't know the whole algorithm, okay? But anybody that, and you may have been, on your recommendations, you may find a video of mine, okay? You'll watch the video, okay? Mark my words, the next time you refresh that page, there's 3 or 4 videos. Maybe not 3 or 4, but there is definitely a couple of more videos there. Because the algorithm says, oh, he likes real talks. Guess what? We'll give him real talks. And then you watch a couple more videos. Okay? And then you like the content enough, so guess what? hit that subscribe button. And like I tell everybody at the end of every single stream, and I don't push it, I don't shove it down your throat, okay? But I politely ask, please hit that like and subscribe button. Because guess what? When you hit that like and subscribe button, okay, a couple of things happen. Number one, that tells me you like the content. Okay. Number two, liking that video gets it out there to everybody. And that's my goal. I want as many people to see this as possible. Okay. And number three, when you hit that subscribe button, okay, every single time I put up a video, whether it's a segment video, full show. I mean, you've got now it's personalized. Okay, you can have it personalized, all or whatever you want. Okay. That being said, okay, every single time I put up a video, whether it's a segment video, whether it's a full show video, whether it's a spoiler cast, whether it's any one of my perfect movies, you get it. You get it. And I know that you may not watch it all at one time, but you'll watch it. And that's the important thing, because I want you to enjoy the content. I'm making this for you guys, okay? I'm not making this for me, okay? I don't go back and watch the videos. Yeah, sure I do when I'm on occasion, but I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you, okay? And I keep going back and I drilling it in your head, not your head, but when he talks about the things, he talks about community, he talks about brand recognition, and he talks about, you know, having. I am trying. See this little thing up here? Okay, you guys in the top right hand corner. Okay, we're on. Everybody watching on YouTube right now. That little picture. That's not the right. Kyle's left, but that little picture. Guess what? I'm trying to build a brand. I am trying to build a brand right now. Okay, and that's it. But you know, it's just look, this is at the end of the day, this is going to hurt nobody but John, monetarily and everything else. Because once you have been working and doing a show like that for several years, I guarantee you he woke up this morning and said, oh, I don't have to go to work. Okay? And it routine changes. Yeah, he went in to do the podcast probably, but he didn't have to get in front of the camera. And that's the other thing too. And I keep going back to it. I didn't like what you said, so I'm going to take my ball and I'm going to go home. Okay? And I don't have to be on camera anymore, so I don't have to deal with the quote hate that you guys are giving me. Deal with it, John. Deal with it. Man up. Please. Okay? I mean, he obviously doesn't have thick skin. Okay? Obviously, you never heard the saying I, said about 15 minutes ago. It just behooves me. I people don't like change. It's not that they don't like change. Well, first of all, they don't like change, but they don't like drastic change. Okay? When you gradually do something and you go from A to B, that's fine. Okay? Because you're easing into it. But when you pull the rug out from people, and that's what he did, okay? He did it exactly like those people at Collided did it, okay? They pulled the rug out of all of those talent. He did this exact same thing to his subscribers. Every single one of them, whether they're members or not. And he has no remorse. That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing. He has zero remorse. He doesn't feel bad about it. Instead of going back and saying, "Hey, look, I heard you guys. You guys didn't like this. Okay? Let's figure out something together, okay? A plan together. Hell, put a poll up on your YouTube channel, if nothing else. Get feedback, okay? Put a poll up on Twitter. Hell, do one last stream on open mic and do a poll to everybody. Figure out what they want. But you just don't pull the rug out from people. I don't understand that. It's a bad business move. And now he looks like an idiot. Guarantee you, he looks like an idiot. It's like going into a restaurant, right? You go into a restaurant, and if you get good service and the waiter is friendly and the prices are good, guess what? It's a fact. It is a known fact that you're going to tell 10 people about Dave's Diner. Okay? But if you go into Dave's Diner and the food is bad, it's overpriced, and you get terrible service, guess what? You're going to get a horrible, horrible review on Yelp. And then that couple or whomever it is that went in, those customers are going to tell 10 people, don't ever go into Dave's Diner. It was terrible. And you lost all those customers. It was a bad business move on his part. And he should have known better as a businessman, if not anything else. Okay? I've said it countless times. And I know I sound like a broken record when I say this. Okay? I am trying to build a brand here. Okay? I modeled 95% of this channel after John. Okay? So, save me one. Thank you for the comment, sir. Keep in mind, he just stole money from anyone in the past week who told them they would get the show if they signed up for memberships and did so. Yeah. No, absolutely. And now they're members for at least a month and they're not getting what they signed up for. Not an issue if he does this after June 17th. But by doing it, he just stole their money. Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And here's the thing, Save Me, that if you actually go in and see what his perks are, I don't know how that's going to work because, you're supposed to get exclusive access to all this stuff. That being said, okay, it's one of those things, and I said it earlier, that and I'm going to do the basic math here, okay? I've seen 5,000. So let's say he has 5,000 people live watching, right? And he has 500 members, okay? Whether they're incoming members or recurring members. What ends up happening is he's isolating 90% of his audience. And you're right. All those people that signed up are now stuck, okay? They're stuck. And what do? You can't get your money back, okay? And I guarantee you that, I guarantee you that people, they're pissed off right now. They are pissed off. And so, once again, I'm going to take my ball and I'm going to go home mentality. And I used to I won't say love John. I really used to enjoy his content. I really did. And then it started to go downhill because of the games, sponsorships, everything else. I wish I could get 1/10 of the viewership that he does. Matt Jarbo, I was bringing it up earlier. He gets 100 people a night. Yeah, I will absolutely be frank with you. Okay, I've been streaming for about an hour now. I don't know if it's a thumbnail. I don't know what it is. Okay, and obviously it's John's doing what he did. This is the most people, honest to God, Scout's honor. I have 9 people in here watching right now. I've never had that happen in my life. I've had 9 people watch me, and it's because of the content. Okay. Now I hope but I hope all of these people that are in here watching right now, I hope they come back. Or please, if you don't want to come back, hit the like and hit the subscribe button so you do get this content. That's a new career high for me, if you will. Okay. And thank you very, very much. I appreciate everybody that comes into the stream because they are taking the time out of their day to see what I'm about. And even if it's for a small portion, okay, I hope that they will come back. Building brand recognition, community. That's what I'm looking to do. John just and you're right. You're so right, Save Me. He took everybody's money and said, I'm done. Bye-bye. Okay? I really wonder. And so every single person that signed up over the past month, guarantee you they're done as members. They hit the cancel button. Okay? Now I've made my membership very, very cheap. Okay? It's only $2.99 a month. And I'm not saying go hit the join button. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've made it very cheap. Okay? He just shot himself in the foot. And then he put his foot in his mouth. Okay? I just you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. But it is what it is. He's done it to himself. And the funny thing is, the absolute funny thing is this. It only took 48 hours. That's it. Sunday he made the announcement. Monday was his first members only live stream. Tuesday night, that was his second live. Well, I mean, Tuesday during the day was his second live. And that's it. That just goes to show you, okay, A, how big of a reach he had. And B, okay, what's the word I wanted? How quick people will revolt if, in fact, you don't. It's not about of course, it's about your audience, listening to your audience. But you had, once again, I keep sounding like a broken record. You have to know that if you do something drastic, people are going to respond. Okay? Because if it's free to start and then you make them pay, people are not going to like that, whether it's a dime or a dollar. I keep calling you right, Save Me. You're absolutely right. When I'm going to put the comment back up there. You said, keep in mind he just stole money from anyone in the past week. I mean, whether it's $4.99 or $24.99, and now they're members for a full month, and they're not getting what they signed for. By the way, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I know it's kind of an out there thing, but I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, if probably would never happen. I mean, it would only be recurring things. I wouldn't be shocked if there's some sort of litigation. That's a stretch. Let me be absolutely crystal clear. That's a stretch. But there could be. Okay? You're right, because he stole the money. That's a stretch. I want to be absolutely crystal clear about that. But that being said, John just shot himself in the foot. And why he did it, I don't know. I don't care. Okay. I hope all of those, loyal viewers will come over and watch me. Because guess what, guys? This is what I do. This is what I do on a daily or nearly daily basis. I bring you great entertainment content. I structure just like John. Okay. I have it off the top. And I want to be so John is John, but I structure it just like his show. Okay. I have it off the top sometimes, and then I will talk about 4 stories. I will usually read the story from whatever trade it's on. Okay. And then I will give my analysis, my thoughts, and my critique about it. Okay. And then I'll move on to the next story. It's very quick. Your average show lasts about 45 minutes. Okay. And you will have, it's not just me all the time. I want to be honest with you. Okay. I know this stream is, this is a little different. Okay. For example, there's another big news story in the entertainment industry right now. And I'm not talking about the strike. I'm talking about the trailer that just dropped. Okay. And that is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Okay. Finally, after a full year, May 11th of 2022, we got our first trailer. Today, by the way, I would suggest, and I'm pretty sure, that this is the same trailer that they saw at CinemaCon. And they watched 20 minutes of the film, and we saw some of that car chase in the trailer. We got a brand new trailer. And it's my number one most anticipated movie of the year. I can't wait for this movie. It's in a great slot. And the thing is that it looks incredible. But the point I'm making is this, that these are the type of stories I do, number one. So I will introduce the story, I'll read it from the trades, a good portion of it, and then I'll give you the analysis. And that's it. 4 stories. Okay. I also have a ton of other stuff. Okay. Not just that. Okay. And it's the perfect movies. It's a spoiler cast. It's all that stuff. I'm trying to build something here. Okay. And yeah, John is who I idolized, you know. And I'm hoping those people come, eventually come into my stream and they'll hit the subscribe button and they'll hit the like button and I can actually give them good content. And I know I keep reiterating, and I know there's a ticker at the bottom of the screen, but this is what I want. I'm not down on my hands and anything. Please, please, please. No, you're going to do it if you want to do it. Okay? All you got to do is ask somebody like Coco. He's a loyal guy, viewer that comes in. Metal X too, which he's not here today, but every single one of these people come in and they'll stay because it's a good time. Yeah, I have a good time on this show. And that's what I want you guys to have. I want you to have a good time. And I'm bringing you a ton of stuff. Whether it is a spoiler cast, and we've got a ton of those coming up. I mean, we got Fast 10. We got Across the Spider-Verse, Transformers, The Flash, Mission Impossible. Or it's the perfect movies. We're going to be, next week, I'm looking to record our 6th perfect movie. And that's The Dark Knight. I'm bringing you guys A++ movies. These are all movies I believe are perfect. I'm talking about Silence of the Lambs. I'm talking about Captain America Winter Soldier. I'm talking about The Social Network. I'm talking about Heat. I'm talking about The Dark Knight. Okay? We're going to be doing Spotlight later on in the year. Pulp Fiction. Okay? That is the little wrinkle I wanted to be different. And why? And we're getting great guests on too. We had a professor on, a film from, the very first, go back in January, watch that. That's what I want. And I want you guys to come back here because you enjoy the content. Okay? And you like what you hear here. And I love your comments. And I get, even if you leave me a comment on YouTube, I get back to every single one of you. Because you know what? You guys took the time out to watch the video and respond to the video. And guess what? I want to take in, because you've done that, you were fantastic. I'm taking the time and actually responding to you. John's got 400 or 500 comments per show, or he used to at least. He could never do that. I mean, I'm sure he responds to some comments, but I'm sure they were regulars. I'll take, right now, I will respond to every single comment that you guys put on YouTube. So, and that's it. That's it. I mean, John, excuse me. Last thing I'll say about John is this. He shot himself in the foot. He's going to regret. If this is an early retirement, fine. It's not the way I would want to leave. But it is what it is. And my goal, and I know I keep saying it again, is to have what he has. I'm not envious, and it's not about the money. The money's great. It looks like it's fantastic. Okay. But I'll hit that wall when I I'll hit that thing when I get there. My goal right now is to build my subscriber base. Okay? My goal is to build my subscriber base and get people in here and get the conversation going and get everything going. Okay? Because this is what generates good conversation. Okay? And I want to interact with you guys. All the time. I mean, I'm actually I'm on Twitter. Okay? That is my Twitter handle. Okay? Some of you watching may follow me already, but that is, for those that aren't, that is my Twitter handle. Go follow me on Twitter. I'm doing spaces all the time. As a matter of fact, okay, and I already tweeted this out today, okay, I'm going to be doing a space about the new Mission Impossible trailer a little later on today. And I would love to have you guys, if you're on Twitter, come join me. Hit the follow button on Twitter. Come join me. I want to hear your thoughts about it. I'm doing a whole Mission Impossible rewatch series. Guys, you're not going to get any more of content for free. You're just not. And yeah, I am plugging in a little bit, but I'm doing a whole Mission Impossible rewatch series. Okay, just the first 2 videos are on the channel. I'll be doing the third. I'm gonna have all of them done by the time July 14th comes around. Okay, so that means I've got 2 more months to watch the next 5 videos or do the next 5 movies. Okay, come join me. Say hello. Come back to the stream. And yeah, but that's my. So I'm going to wrap it up here in a couple minutes, but those are my thoughts on John. And I will value. I said 3 things on my Patreon. Okay, the 3 things. Number 1, I will always bring you the best content I can. Okay, these are promises. I will always bring you the very best content I can. Number 2, I will always be there for you guys. Okay, if anything changes, okay, I'm always going to tell you guys up front. I will do channel updates every now and then so you guys are in the know. I will never pull the rug out from under you. Okay. And number 3, just be there for you guys. And I know I just said that, but yeah. So, and that's about it. I mean, so as I said, I'm doing the space on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. We've got the Mission Impossible rewatch series. perfect movies. It's going to be happening in June. Will be The Dark Knight. I am going to go see Fast 10 tomorrow. And spoiler cast will be for that. Will be on Saturday. Mark your calendars. Okay. That'll be the 20th, I believe, of May. Yes, the 20th. So we'll be coming back here on the 20th, and I'll talk all about it. And I'm going to have a fresh perspective, too, because I haven't seen, like I said, the last one I saw was Fast 5. And, yeah, that's, I mean, I have more stuff, but, we'll leave that for another time. But, yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the whole Campea situation and everything else. And, I know the last little thing I'll say, if you guys do like it, and I know this was, something else, do hit that like and subscribe button. Okay. Maybe not for this video, but go check out all the other videos. And I hope you enjoy them. And if you do, come back and we'll have a blast together talking about movies. So, okay. So that's about it. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And I don't usually do rant videos, but this is, as he said, talking about Jack Hine, he had to go off about it. Fortunately, he was the one that he was being going up with, he was the subject of the video. So I want you to do the 3 things to do every single day. Number 1, be safe. Number 2, be careful. And number 3, have a fantastic day, guys. And that's it for me. I'm David Steele, and this has been Real Talks.